From farm to fork that will follow the food chain from corn seed to Coca-Cola, presented to you by Isaac Clutterbuck, Kyle Farquharson, Braden Grass, Maya Vingerhoods, Jesse Groensteege, and Sadie Scott. Now there is a short video. The supply chain consists of 7 steps: corn production, sale of corn, mill processing, sale to Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola production and packaging, distribution of Coca-Cola, and consumer consumption. This video will help break down all of these stages. The supply chain starts off on the farm. Purchasing corn seed from a dealer, such as Pioneer or DeKalb, is the farmer's first step. The next step, which is fundamental, is planting the seed. Corn planters will plant the seed while also applying dry or wet fertilizer to have a better yield and better land. Corn maturity depends on multiple factors, but typically after approximately 173 days of growth, the corn will be harvested from the field using a combine. After harvest, the corn will be shipped to a buyer or to storage. The farmer is looking for the best price for the corn and is consistently watching the Chicago Mercantile Exchange to obtain the best possible price. Until the farmer finds this price, the corn will stay in storage. Canadian corn production has been on the rise due to new technology being introduced into the industry. In 2018, Canada's corn production was around 14 million metric tons. However, Canada reached its highest amount in 2013. There are many uses for corn, such as animal feed, ethanol, and high fructose corn syrup, which is why there has been an increase in demand. The second stage in the supply chain is in the sale of corn. Corn prices are always fluctuating. Corn sales are based on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange and can be sold before or after harvest. For this supply chain, the corn is sold to a milling company. Mills such as Cargill and Lakeside process the corn and sell it again. Yearly corn prices fluctuate due to the change in demand and production. This figure shows the ranging corn prices over 10 years. The average price is $4 a bushel US, with a maximum price of $8 a bushel US. The third step is the milling process. After purchasing the corn, it goes through a wet corn mill to get the syrup. First is separating the cornstarch from the corn. The corn is cleaned to get rid of foreign materials, then soaked in a weak sulfurous acid for 20 to 40 hours to soften the kernels for easier separation from the starch. The kernels are then grinded to remove the inner part called the germ, resulting in a pulp that is then transferred to a centrifuge to remove the germ and pieces of the shell. The pulp is then ground up and transferred to the centrifuge again to separate starches, proteins, and fibers. The starches are then purified through filtration and converted to regular cornstarch through a process called acid hydrolysis. The syrup is again filtered to clarify and purify it. Then, to make high fructose corn syrup, the regular corn syrup goes through enzyme conversion to convert dextrose sugars to fructose sugars. Coca-Cola switched to using high fructose corn syrup around 30 years ago due to the affordability and the difference on tariffs compared to sugar. Moreover, high fructose corn syrup tastes most like sugar and is more readily available compared to other substitutes because of the increase in production of corn. Coca-Cola has 2 essential types of operation sectors known as creating and packaging of the drink. They have a secret recipe to preserve the uniqueness, but the main ingredients are high fructose corn syrup, water, caffeine, caramel color, and natural flavoring. The drink is carbonated with the addition of carbon dioxide through a carbonator and cooler. To maintain high quality, samples are taken regularly. The bottling process is along a robotic line where everything is done with precision. Then the product is stamped with an individual code and a date of production and of expiry. Coca-Cola is one of the most well-known and purchased non-alcoholic beverages globally. The Coca-Cola brand is such a strong system that benefits individual economies reaching internationally. They also have 250 bottling partners worldwide who are responsible for manufacture, merchandise, packaging, and distributing the product. Customers include grocery stores, vending partners, restaurants, and many others. The outreach to consumers is large because they consume up to 1.9 billion servings a day. Marketing is very important to the sale of Coca-Cola, and thus many marketing strategies are used. To advertise, Coca-Cola spends approximately $3.96 billion per year globally. However, with these advertising techniques, Coca-Cola secured $35.4 billion in sales in 2017. Sales of Coca-Cola has stayed relatively consistent in the past 10 years, but we can see on the graph that there has been a decrease in sales. Furthermore, with changes in manufacturing and production costs, the price of Coca-Cola has seen an increase in the last 10 years. Another reason for the increase is due to the promotion of healthy eating, thus driving the consumption down. Coca-Cola is a globally consumed soft drink with high fructose corn syrup as the second ingredient, starting out as a corn seed that grows to get harvested and milled and sold to finally become Coca-Cola. This is the farm to fork presentation about high fructose corn syrup.